Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today is FabriChat.
Hey!
Hello!
You know, I always look so forward to this.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, I really feel like we are visiting with friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it really feels like that to us. And I know that, you know, we're just looking at a camera, but it really does feel like that. And I just want you to know how much we appreciate all of your notes. And it was kind of funny because I know that we have physicians, pharmacists, professors that watch us, and we had even a cardiologist, Dr. Moore, that said that she loves just catching up with us in between busy rounds. And you know, the reason I love that so much is because I think even intellectuals are okay with the fact that we mispronounce things and we don't know anything about anything. Yeah, make up our own words. And so I think that's kind of fun. So so I appreciate that we've said before, we know we're not everybody's cup of tea, but for those of you guys that get us, we love it. So anyway, so welcome. And if you are new to our channel, we haven't said this for a long time in FabriChat because I don't know if we would just pop up on somebody's feed necessarily, but if you're new to us and you're wondering what the heck this is, we are a mother-daughter duo. We've owned a quilt shop in Central Washington State for 25 years. Right? We just celebrate, 25 years.
Is it 25?
A very long time. And so we do box openings, we do tutorials, we have a retreat center, and every Wednesday morning we just sit and have coffee with friends and talk about nothing. Except that oftentimes you kind of have to not miss an episode because oftentimes it's an ongoing conversation, which is why I bring up the whole thing about when we mispronounce words and we don't know anything.
What did I mispronounce?
Oh, no, you did. Oh. You always do.
I always do.
I keep writing down our little Brianna-isms because I am going to, we are working on a book and they're all going to be, what was the one you said the other day that I didn't write down yet? Oh, it'll come to me. Anyway, you've heard them before where she puts a couple words together and makes up her own word, which we love that. So anyway, my sister does the same thing, and I think that's so weird.
Harper
the whole aunt thing.
Harper also does it. Yeah.
Yeah. What was Harper's? Oh no, Aurora. Aurora calls it Hanitizer.
Yes, Hanitizer.
I need some Hanitizer.
I love it. Because she does it at my house. Do you have any Hanitizer? You mean I said sanitizer for your hands? No. I need Hanitizer.
Hanitizer.
You mean sanitizer? No, I don't.
You know.
She argues.
I don't know why you're saying it wrong.
Bye. Yeah. So I give it to her.
It's a rank thing. Yeah. And Aurora is, of course, Eliza's little sister, Jordan and Brittany's youngest. So anyway, it must be a thing. So we like it. We embrace it. So anyway, but no, it's the couch saga. And
so good.
Everyone has wanted to hear Pa's response. So if you need to be brought up to speed, it was the whole thing.
Yes. So I think we finished the conversation on Wednesday box opening. So if you didn't, follow that. But
because there was, we've been talking about this for 3 episodes now. That Pa bought wipies that he thought were intended for the couch.
Kitty of the couch.
And then we realized that couch is French for diaper. And then we realized
and it's a brilliant woman who watches us ask, well, are you sure there aren't diapers in that package? And is it really
not wipies?
It was a diaper.
It was diapers.
3
diapers.
Diapers.
It was not wipies, ever. It was diapers.
Always diapers.
Which is the word couch or cush or I don't know. People have told me different things. I totally trust my French Canadian friends who keep telling us that we're, pronouncing it funny. But anyway, so now the thing was, well, what did Pa say?
You really bad diapers.
So this is what he said. So I gave it to him, and so I knew because I had already opened it, and so I said, "Hey, those wipies that you bought for the couch?" He goes, "Oh yeah. Did you try those?" And I said, "Well, take a look at what they are." And so I handed them to him, and he looked at it, and it's like, well, he's reading it still, and it still says couch,
diapers,
whatever. Yeah. And it does say diapers /couch. It doesn't say wipies. It's funny that that's what you think it is,
well, it's probably
because
the
of the packaging. It totally looks like that. And I think we had a picture of it, 2 times ago. It absolutely, the package looks like wipies, and it's the same size as wipies. Your brain just thinks it's diaper wipies. But anyway, so he takes it, he opens it, and he looks at it, and he just looks at it, and he says, well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
What do you mean?
I said, no, it's actually like really, really smart that if you only need 3 diapers because you're traveling or whatever, you can just get 3 diapers. And
he's still stuck on couch.
Couch is the French word for diaper. And so he looks, and then he looks at me again. He goes, well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I said, well, it's not stupid.
It's language.
French. And he says, yeah. Just like only Dad can say. Do you know anybody around here that speaks French?
Because if it was Russian or Spanish, it'd make more sense.
If it was Russian or Spanish, that makes sense. French? No.
Bring it up with Dollar General.
No. So it was, he feels still vindicated that, no, he did not get that wrong.
Yeah. Did you tell him, though, baby wipes really are a good couch cleaner?
I did tell him that.
Something?
Yeah, I did say that, and we started a whole, he was over it. It was not, he was off to shop for Dollar General for who knows what. So yeah, he didn't care. He thought it was ridiculous, and he did the right thing by buying, assuming I could clean the couch with it.
Yeah.
So there's that. So that was, and people are still, and it was kind of fun too, because we had asked, how do we get the word couch from diaper? And I think a lot of it is because we're actually not pronouncing it correctly. Sure. And that started all of those conversations that so many that are my age said Davino or Davenport. That was, do you know that word, Davino? Have you ever heard that word? Yeah, I think it's pretty old. But Davino, I heard that all the time growing up. I heard Davino and Davenport way more than I ever heard couch, and I never heard sofa. And Sally, my UK friend, who is now a US citizen, Sally says settee. Settee? How do you say it? Settee.
Settee. Is it?
Settee?
But no, I've heard that before.
I feel like I've heard it.
Yeah.
Settee. Yeah, they say that.
Maybe on a Bridgerton episode.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard it enough to know how to pronounce it. But Davino, I know what that is. Yeah. I know what that is. And then also the other thing was, the other word for diapers, of course, is nappies.
Yeah.
And I've heard that a million times.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, nappies, which is funny, because a nappy is what you do when you're sleepy.
For the English.
Yes. Yes. Yes, if only I knew English. But I don't. I know American. All right. Okay, so now on to another topic that we cannot seem to let go of that has totally broken the internet. Do you know what it is?
No.
Squirrel.
Squirrel! Oh, lordy. I hate squirrels.
I know. So, a couple of things, and I have to apologize because I got a letter, I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday of last week, and it came in, and it was funny because it was addressed to me in care of the FabriChat, but there wasn't a return address. So I opened it up, and there was a fun little printed recipe, a fun little letter, and it was signed anonymous, dedicated viewer.
What was it?
And I couldn't wait to give it to you, and now I remember ever so carefully tucking it in something. Yes, I'm going to find it.
She's probably so worried I was going to open it.
Yes, it's in that special place. So you hate the special place? The special place is not special ever. But that's where it is in the special place. It was a recipe for squirrel stew.
Oh! So I did look in my Betty Crocker cookbook. It wasn't, I am missing apparently the front page that probably dates it. I looked it up. What did I say it was?
I think you told me
64, 60. I feel like it was as old as you were.
64.
So it was not vintage.
Vintage. Not vintage.
It's just coming back around.
Only season.
There was no squirrel in it, but there was broiled brains, stuffed beef heart. What did I text you? It was something nasty.
Stuffed beef heart.
I'll just starve. It's fine.
Stuffed beef heart.
I might go for a squirrel
tongue. I suppose there's a lot of cow tongue is a thing up here. I mean, I feel like I can't go into Safeway without seeing it.
Yeah. And chicken feet.
Yeah. I don't know who.
Is a thing.
I mean, I mean, it's okay. Octopus. I have actually, because Frank Young.
Yeah.
Those guys, they eat that. No. But see, I don't eat oysters either. Do you like oysters?
No, I don't.
I feel like if I were to ever eat
them.
snot, that would be it. Right?
Robert loves oysters, fried,
So
steamed,
does Dad.
in milk. Ugh.
No.
Over campfire.
It's just not okay, but I mean, I don't know. And I tried tasting, we tasted alligator. Were you with me when we tasted alligator?
No.
That was good. I mean, but they had
tried
it
it in Louisiana.
breaded, Louisiana. They had it breaded and fried, and it looked just like a chicken nugget, and you could kind of pretend for a minute. And it was a little bit,
stringy.
But
Texture was
otherwise, yeah, it didn't. I mean, I
But Mom
could
is-
have eaten it.
Mom
within
is a
French.
beef and chicken kind of girl.
And very
maybe
plain.
halibut. Maybe a little bit of salmon.
yeah.
But that's kind of it.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
not
not
gonna go-
adventuresome.
Yeah.
No.
She's not going to go out and well. If the apocalypse ever happens, I don't know how she's going to live.
Well, we've already discussed that. The apocalypse will
have
not
to bread and fry
I-
everything for her because who knows? We'll be eating squirrel.
Yeah. You'll have to hide it for me. So, because, yeah, and I don't know why, because we were like dirt poor growing up, but maybe that was it, because that was all we ate was chicken.
So, well,
Rabbit.
it's pretty cheap.
Yeah. So I don't know, but and along with that same thing, and then so I'm just going to share a couple of other things about the squirrel. Is that
Have you learned? How do you know if the squirrel's good to eat? Like, do squirrels get rabies or,
do they get
squirrel
rabies?
pox? I don't know. How do you know they're healthy?
Well, I feel like I don't need to worry about that.
I don't either. Maybe
Ben.
you don't, but
Tell us. So, because this is kind of fun, because Ben Kirby, you all know him. He is Pa's friend, Lori's husband, has been up here a couple times. And he's the one who sent Pa all of the...
Easy Mac. What is it?
what is it called? Rice-a-roni? No.
Helper.
Helper. Which he affectionately signed Carol, or whatever it was.
Hilarious.
Totally him. He sent me an email.
Oh, awesome. With all the facts. Love
Sent
it.
me an email, and he says that this was from his 1947 cookbook, and he says, but I have not made this.
Oh.
Where's my glasses? It is for squirrel pot pie. Interesting thing about this recipe.
See, my
here.
question is what you season with it. Are they white meat, red meat?
Funny you asked that because I have the answer right here.
Love it.
But I have more
I need
questions.
to know
really.
seasonings.
It says so for squirrel pot pie. It is 2 dressed squirrels, which would equal 2 to 2.5 pounds.
That's not big squirrel.
Big wrong.
I don't have squirrels that big
That's a big
here.
Yeah, we don't have big ones. Yeah, little ones.
Yeah.
And then it says 2.5 cups of water, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, a dash of pepper, and 2 tablespoons of butter, and rolled dumplings. That is it. So first of all,
Interesting.
really, so I
They
mean,
must be flavorful.
there's no
all that
seasoning in
garbage and
there.
nuts they eat.
I mean, there's no garlic, there's no onion, there's nothing else in there, and then rolled dumplings.
Okay, 47. When was the Depression? No, that's 20s.
I know, that's what I thought too. I thought, what, did you not have
No,
any
but-
seasonings? No, 47. So it made me wonder why you wouldn't have seasoned it, because I make chicken pot pie fairly often and turkey pot
there's
pie.
good things in
and
there.
I put seasoning in there. So I think that that's sort of interesting. So I decided to print this off because I wanted to share it with you, because there's a couple other things. Notice that the very next thing down,
Woodchuck.
woodchuck.
We got those? I don't think they're very
Interesting.
big, though.
It says, like the beaver, woodchuck has dark, tender meat, but its flavor is milder. Okay, I don't know that I needed to know that. But I was going to print this whole thing off, but here's what's really funny, is that what happened was I accidentally, when I hit, Control Right to print, I forgot to say I only wanted the first page. So I got all of these comments.
Oh.
Because he had linked it. He had sent it
Sure.
over from something /old recipes or whatever. So it was kind of funny. So I just have to read you some of these comments for somebody else who had shared this recipe. It wasn't from his cookbook.
Sure.
It was
Shared it,
something he
linked
found
us.
and shared it.
Okay.
So one comment is from MDP Whacker 02. It says, squirrel is just tree chicken.
Well, ew.
And then this one says, from Grognak the Orc,
He eats woodchuck.
He does. Grognak the orc, and he kills it with a cloth man.
Makes his own knives.
Oh yeah, come on. Come on. We know
that
him.
guy.
We want him to be with us during the apocalypse. Find Grognak the orc. He'll know.
He'll know how to make a spear out of
Probably Ben's friend.
He knows Chuck Norris.
Yes. He says, ooh, I want to try this. Squirrel season is in a few months, and I've never thought of pot pie in that. Cold Gator says, remove any shot.
Noted.
Monkey David added a link how to skin a squirrel.
Ew.
Did I click on it?
Well.
Ew. And then MacDuck said squirrel is actually fine. Very nice, ethical, tender meat in the UK, but almost impossible to skin.
Oof.
I don't know. And then finally, the one that I like the best from Shotfish7 says 2 dressed squirrels, tuxedo, ball gown.
That's exactly what went through my head when Mom said dress.
What do you mean by dressed? Do you mean like stuffed with stuffing?
I know.
What does dressed mean?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
Maybe
Anyway.
that's where you put all your seasoning.
I know.
Is on the dressing.
Maybe so. Maybe that's understood. So I thought that was kind of funny. So anyway, thank you, Ben.
That was
for that.
fantastic.
We appreciate that. And he says he has never made this, but I bet that's not true.
He said something like it. I want to know why there's no cream or... I don't know.
I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah. But I think that, well, because that was the thing, was that the chunky squirrel gravy was all anybody could talk about, that is really a thing. And
Ugh, I never once thought, ooh, wonder what they taste like.
no.
Never,
No.
ever.
No.
The one time Robert thought he'd be real cool and make rabbit. So we were living at 7th before kids or anything. And we weren't even married yet, but we were, he brought home these rabbits. And it's like, what are you doing? Why are these in the house? That is not happening or whatever. And he's like, no, we're gonna have rabbit. And I said, we are not having rabbit. I mean, you have whatever you want, but why are they in my house? We're not bringing dead animals in here. I mean, he's like, well, I'm not tripping, anything, nothing's happening. They covered in fleas.
Oh, no.
Covered in fleas. So he drops them in the sink, and he's looking at his hands like, oh, that's weird. And I said, what do you mean, what's weird? And he's covered in fleas. I said, you get those things out of here now.
No.
I said, they cannot even be on our property, because we had dogs. We had Ruger and Benelli at the time. It's like, no, we can't. No, nothing. So I don't know what he did with them. He probably took them to his dad's house. Like, we can't have these at my house.
No.
Covered in fleas. So, of course, I bleached everything, mopped the whole floor, bug bombed, and he had to take me out to dinner.
Yes.
Now our house had to be bombed.
Well, you
for whatever rogue.
I can't
flea.
imagine cooking in that kitchen for a week.
Oh, I was so horrible. I was so that we didn't have kids. You'd have people scratching.
No.
So yeah, we locked the dog. Luckily, the dogs weren't even inside at the time, so nobody was. But yeah, bleached everything, bombed the kitchen.
Bless his heart, because he probably, like Grognak the orc, he probably thought, look what I bring you, my wife. Oh, I got my dinner for you. No, you cook this.
Yeah.
No.
It was so bad.
Ew.
Covered. Brings them in. You didn't think they'd be covered in bugs?
know that he was marrying a city girl?
I don't know. Or someone
He
who
knows
doesn't
that
know.
now, though.
Yeah, no, he does. We've never had rabbit since. He does not talk about rabbit hunting.
No.
He does not buy rabbit hunting tags anymore.
No.
He does not. Just, I don't want it.
No, you go do whatever you want to do. And I do. But it is nice so that he is the ethical hunter. He doesn't, he
will
they eat
whatever
what
they get.
hunt. So
Yep.
now he still likes quail. Does he give all the quail to his dad, or do you cook quail?
I don't cook it. I don't. He
Again,
takes
it's just a tiny little bird. How much are you even gonna? You can't feed your family on one quail.
So usually what happens,
5.
even when like him and Wyatt go fishing or whatever, they'll fillet it and everything, and sometimes we'll do little fish fry. But that's the fish is easy to cook. That's not hard. But if there's
fish is okay.
When he goes dove or any kind of bird hunting, they do whatever, and then we go to Paulina's. Paulina cooks it all. Cooks me some other stuff.
You don't have to see the carnage.
So she cooks, like even the wild turkey that he got when he was hunting.
Oh, yeah.
They prepped it all up there, and then Dennis and everybody cooked it. Wild turkey is pretty good.
Is it really?
Yeah,
It doesn't taste gamey.
No, not at all. It's almost, the one I had, I don't know how, maybe he, put all of the seasoning on it. It was really good, though. You wouldn't have known the difference between.
They always
She
say
might have known that
me.
because she can't, but I didn't feel it was
I go over there for dinner, and they're watching me, and it's like, oh, yes, I mean, what am I going to say? Oh, my God.
I could taste the
eat it, and it... and I can. but, I mean, it tastes... I love any food that anybody else cooks.
So, yeah.
And it's okay, but it totally tastes different.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I remember for years, I mean, I'm 60 years old, and from the time I was 10, people saying to me, oh, but I can cook it so you can't tell. You can
She's
tell.
a beef and chicken girl. She knows it's not a cow.
I am. Yeah, I mean, I know that, and, anyway. It's it's gamey. It just tastes different.
It was funny.
And
Robert...
shoot. I spilled my coffee.
Oh, you're good. It was funny, Robert has been making his own sausages and everything, and so he gave Mom a pack of, this is breakfast sausage, and she's, graciously takes it, no big deal, and then one day she comes to work and she's like, how did Robert make his breakfast sausage?
Yeah, because it was, really good.
It was, really good. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, his sausage. I mean, how do you make a deer taste
It tasted like pork.
I said, Mom, it's breakfast sausage. It is pork. Oh. She was like, that's right. She's like, oh, it was magic.
Finally, after all of these years, somebody that could do it.
It was just big.
It was just big.
But yeah, so anything weird that I barely know how to cook his venison correctly, so we just usually take it over there.
Yeah.
And she'll make whatever he wants, and it makes it easy for me.
And then do you also eat it?
Mm-hmm. I always try it. Yeah. It's not horrible.
I guess if you dip it in enough ranch.
Yeah, if you drowned it in something, it's fine. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't much care for the quail or the dove. I feel like they don't... It's almost texture is weird for me that. And yeah, what you're going to get out of 6 birds is enough to feed one man.
Yeah.
So it's usually just what he gets, and then she'll have something else already planned for dinner. But she'll cook it for him, and nobody gives me side-eye for it.
That's nice.
It makes it easy. She knows how to cook it the way he'll eat it, and
that's perfect.
He's excited. Yeah.
That's perfect. I had a neighbor in college that would cook venison, and she would make the only thing that I could liken it to was like finger steaks.
Yeah,
like bar
that's
finger
how they
steaks.
make
Is
it
that
a
how
lot.
they make it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then she seasoned it, and then the flour was all seasoned, and then she fried the bejesus out of it, and then we dipped it in something.
That's how we did it a lot.
It was, that was good. It was different. I mean, I knew what it was. It wasn't that whole, and it tastes like beef. But it didn't taste like beef, but it wasn't bad.
I think a lot of weird stuff, whether it's alligator, a squirrel, a woodchuck, I think if you deep fry it, how bad could it really be?
That's right.
You can at least bear it to taste it. It's like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm fine with what I got, or,
Yeah. All right. Okay. Squirrel. Thank you all for the recipes, but
our squirrels ain't big enough. Just saying. Our city cats eat squirrel, so they're not that big.
Yeah.
No. Our squirrels are not. You can't dig a pound squirrel, I don't think.
No. Okay, and then we had a bunch of other questions. Some of them we're going to answer this morning just for a minute, and then others I'd like to answer tonight because I want to hold something up.
Okay.
But I wondered, didn't we answer the nesting?
Yes, that question, we actually answered that during Maisie's
birthday
thing.
It came up again that I say nestling and everybody else says nesting. I don't know why everyone says nesting. That is really weird to me. Mm-hmm. Because to me it is you nestle your seams together. Yeah. So I'm going to hold on to the fact that I believe that I'm right on that. And nesting means something totally different to me. So, but apparently somebody else commented again and said, no, everyone says nesting.
Weird.
Well, everyone is wrong. Start me with the movement.
Everybody who comes to the eye shop
What's the other?
Nestling.
Nestling, because you nestle it. Look it up. You nestle versus nesting is what you do when you're pregnant.
You can call it snuggling.
Snuggling. You snuggle it. Yeah, because what's the other? There's another word that almost everybody uses wrong that I think is funny. I never correct them, but it'll come to me. Maybe Brianna will type it down here, and everyone says it wrong.
Is it a quilting term?
No. It's just
It's
a word that anytime anybody... A life word. that you'll know it when you hear it or when you read it. Everyone says it, that it's, oh, I know what it is. Irregardless.
Irregardless?
Regardless. Mm-hmm. I could regard less. I could not regard less.
Yeah.
It's regardless. Regardless. It is not irregardless. It is not.
I don't feel like I use that word.
Look it up. It is not. You don't. You say regardless because I think when you're raised saying something, but I hear it all the time. People, well, irregardless of this. Like, I
don't know what you just said.
But I don't say it. I don't correct them. I just know in my head.
Yeah.
It's regardless. Anyway. And it's nestling.
Nestling with a nail.
Nestling. Okay. All right. And then the other thing I'm going to answer Cindy Johnson. I'm going to answer you tonight. And Elise Bailey. I'm going to answer you tonight. And Mary Spreen. Brianna, I should have showed you this, but I know what this is. What happens is on Google, sometimes on our website, you'll see weird coupons. And sometimes on Facebook, you'll see weird coupons. Those are not us. Those drive me crazy because when you click on that, it takes you somewhere else.
Those website ones should be off. Have been off for a long time.
They should be off. Well, this person, she did a screenshot. This one was on Facebook.
On Facebook, Facebook will put their ads anywhere.
Yeah.
Or if someone pays Facebook because they want to boost their business or boost their whatever, they will put ads anywhere on Facebook. It's regardless
on our post.
It could be on our post. It can be under our post. Looks like it's part of our post in the comments. They'll do it anywhere. We don't have to approve.
I think that's so weird.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing on our website because it used to drive me crazy. And it's like, why is that there? Because on our website, it's, click here for, 50% off your purchase today or for free shipping.
It takes you to Allstate
and
or something.
It takes you somewhere else. Yeah. And so it's like, I don't know how to get that off of there, but get that off of there. So we did delete that. But on Facebook, we can't do anything about that because there was a 25% off code to use at checkout. Called Super 25. It wasn't ours.
It wasn't us.
It wasn't ours. So super sorry. That would have been a really good code, and we would have. Shared
most of the codes we don't do a whole lot on Facebook code wise. Most likely when we're giving a discount code or something, we're going to tell you during box opening. We're going to tell you to. Sometimes you'll sneak peek it here on FabriChat. Then we'll tell you again on a box opening that this particular collection is yours first, or if there's something special, here's the code. But you're going to see it on a YouTube video before you'll probably ever see it on a Facebook post.
Yeah, we'll tell you.
Yeah,
we want you to get it.
And most of the time, we find that it's easier for us on our website to discount it for you. Yeah. And then you go and shop and don't worry about a code.
Yeah.
Because the one time we put a capital S instead of a lowercase s or a 0 instead of an O,
right,
life gets crazy, and then it makes Tracy's life a little harder. So not a lot of the time we try to discount it for you from the very get-go.
Right.
Just to help alleviate any questions.
And why slow
trouble.
You down? All right. Checkout. You got to get back and finish watching.
Yeah.
So we try to make it easy for you. We're not going to hide a coupon somewhere, and also not limit it to just our Facebook friends or just our YouTube friends or whatever. We're gonna tell everybody. So
I appreciate you hanging out on Facebook with us.
Yes, thank you for that.
We need to do more on it.
Sorry, that wasn't you. All right, so then a couple other quick little announcements that we wanted to do is we wanted to remind you that now that it is January, our retreat schedule has been set. We're working on the little flyer, and our retreats will go on sale on January 15th, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. You'll also get an email 8 o'clock in the morning that just reminds you or has the links in there. Or you can just go to our website under the retreat tab.
Because it'll have the descriptions of them and what we're doing. And one thing I want to mention, and you'll hear us, we'll mention this again, you'll see us one more, FabriChat the 10th, because the 15th is on a Monday. Yeah. But one thing just to mention is that sometimes what happens is somebody says, oh gosh, but I really wanted to do the Navajo Rose, but I see you're not offering that as a retreat, and we don't care what you do.
No.
Come anytime you want. If September is the only time that you can come to the September retreat and make whatever you want to make. We totally are not that kind of a retreat.
Right.
We want you to come and hang out with us. We want you to come. It is 5 days, 4 nights. We feed you. You have luxury accommodations. You have 2 tables. You can borrow a sewing machine if you need it. You have your own design wall. We have just a great time. And if 3 people there are making totally different things, or I don't know what you're doing, I need to get this finished. We just want to create that space for you so that you can sew and be fed and be taken care of. So it doesn't matter. Come when you can come, and the rest of it won't matter.
And bring what you want.
Yeah, so that's perfectly okay. So anyway, those go on sale. Several of them will sell out within an hour.
Quickly. Everything will have a waiting list. So if it's already sold out, that there's not actually a spot for you, you can do a waiting list. The only trick with the waiting list is it does cost you a penny, because otherwise I can't put it in.
We can't track it, and that gives us a time, and we put you in the
first
system.
come, first serve. The other thing you want to know is that if you want to be on the waiting list because you and your sister want to go, just have one of you guys put in there for 2. Then we know when you come down the list, oh, this person bought 2 on the waiting list, which means we need a pair spot.
Yeah.
And so we'll try to either figure out how that works or whatever, but keep that in mind. If you want to bring your sister with you, put a 2 on there, and then, or put a note that says, hey, I want me and my sister and my, meet a girlfriend on the way in or whatever. We want to know that.
Yeah. Okay, because the other thing was the temperature quilt.
Oh, yeah.
People are super excited about that.
It's cool.
Super excited. So a couple of things about that. So our first video went up on the 1st, and it was really just the idea of kind of getting ready, finding out your temperature range, how many degrees you want to do, thinking about your color. We are going to get together on the 18th. We are not going to sew on the 18th either. So all of those questions that you guys still have, those are the questions we're going to answer on the 18th. So what we're going to do on the 18th is we're going to talk a little bit more about it. What did you find out? Let's talk about colors. I'm going to show you the colors that I've picked, and I'm going to show you the options for patterns. Yeah. So,
or really not necessarily a pattern, but a block.
A block. So I have 3. There might be a 4th. I have 3 that I will share, and it'll be downloadable and patterns for things. But other people have said, oh, there's somebody else that they're already following that's going to do it, but maybe they're going to do it kind of my way, but use their pattern. So there's a million, well, maybe not a million, but there's a lot of patterns out there. So we will talk about patterns again. So just be thinking about size, and we'll talk about math in terms of size and how big you want to make it. So those are things on the 18th that we'll talk about. And then we will sew together for an hour once a month, because that's that whole idea, is that in February, we'll sew all of the January blocks. In March, we'll sew all of the February blocks. If you haven't seen that yet, go back and find that on the 1st, or maybe.
And mostly because we want, the weather app to tell us what the temperatures were.
I don't want to do all of the,
If you want to go on vacation, you need to know that, the temperature's in check at home when you get there.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, so people are really excited about that. And it sounds like there's a lot of people that are going to do it, which I think is really, really fun. People are loving the idea of doing the birth year, which is kind of fun.
Yeah,
or even
fun.
giving that as a gift to somebody for a birthday present. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, that would be pretty fun.
I think so too. So, but the other question was, what time do we want to do it on the 18th? And I was vague on purpose because I just wasn't quite sure. But we have a lot of Australians. We have Germany, Norway, and UK that also want to do with us. So I had to kind of do a little bit of research.
Sure.
So that was my picture on my Siri. Could not understand what I was asking, but on my world clock map or whatever, it's like, I can figure this out. So if we did it at 11 o'clock our time, we are in the Pacific Northwest, we're Pacific time, then in Germany and Norway-ish, it would be approximately 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. at the same time. In Sydney, it would be 6 a.m. And in the UK, it would be 7 p.m.
And is that the 18th is a Saturday or Friday? What is it?
I think it was a Friday.
It was a Friday. Okay, well, that's not bad. So that means in Australia, it's going to be Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So maybe not
because I think the reason that I picked the 8... No, I think it's a Thursday. I think it was a Thursday. I don't remember. There was a reason that I picked that day, though, that that day would work for us. But for a time, thinking, okay, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
8 p.m., 6 a.m., 7 p.m. Those are all fairly doable. The 6 a.m. in Sydney, Australia is pretty rough. If somebody's in Perth, I think it's going to be even earlier. So maybe we could do like noon, but even then, if we do noon...
The other thing you can do is if the 11 or 12 o'clock Pacific time, if that doesn't work for you, if 6 o'clock in the morning the next day isn't work, you gotta go to work, or that's too early, whatever that might be, make sure you email us the questions. So email info@fabricpatch.net and just put your subject temperature quilt questions. And then we will answer those questions in the video. So if you have to work, you won't be available.
And you're gonna miss the live.
You're gonna miss the live. We will answer these questions.
Yeah.
And so my guess is it's going to be a question somebody else has too. So I think it's a good thing if you have a question as you're picking your stuff, make sure you have that in by at least the day before, so we'll have time to print them all off and everything. But go ahead and send in your questions if you're not sure it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
And you have a pretty detailed question and you're going to watch it back, we'll just answer there.
Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll set it up. And we'll just make a couple other maybe adjustments, but we're thinking probably our time, roughly 11 or maybe 12 hour time, so that it works for everybody. Because I feel bad. What was it we were doing? Was it the bra auction?
Yeah, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning or something.
But I hung in there with you. It's like, oh,
awesome.
I love that. But if we could find a time that works for people that we know that are participating, which is again, Australia, Norway, Germany, UK, and then us across and I know some people are still working, and no matter what during the day, maybe isn't going to work.
But email your questions. We'll answer them.
Yeah.
You'll just, when you have a minute, and you can watch back to it.
Yeah, we'll still sew together.
Yeah.
Just not life. Okay. All right, so that's it. Temperature quilt. I'm super excited. I am still gathering my fabric. I know for sure that I am going to do a floral
I'm getting
blend.
intrigued. I might have to do it with you guys. I'm not sure I need one more UFO, but
it's not going to be a UFO. You learn nothing.
We're going to do 2 hours. Dad will have to be on daddy duty. He can do it.
You have to add that video, because that was like later that night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So she does this thing where she has just really, really good eye contact. And so if she's talking to you and she'll come around.
She'll whirl around
because she wants to look at you in your face. So
I think you guys may have seen it. She does it to me quite a bit.
Oh, when she does it, I think that they have seen her do that.
Maybe at a box opening.
Yeah.
She does it. It's really cute. But she finally did it to Robert. Him and Eliza were playing Monopoly. And it was funny. He'd never seen it before, and everyone was cracking up. So
yeah,
she did it quite a few times.
And you were standing like behind Robert. And so Brianna has a picture.
I'll put that at the end. It's pretty cute.
It's so funny.
It's a really good way to
She's so
adorable.
She's so funny. She's so funny. Yeah. All right, and then let's see. The other thing, you kind of mentioned it about we're cleaning and stuff, and I have a shot of day 1. And then I did a little video of day 3, and then I think what I might do, I just need to catch up on the editing. When I do it on my phone, I have to sit down. It takes me forever, to edit it. So I'll kind of put it together a little bit for you, and I'll work on that. But we are doing a video record of the move and the clearance and everything that we're doing. So we did have a little thing on the first local, but what we're going to do, and we told our local gals too, that it's not that you can't come in, it's just that we have to move everything out of the way, and we don't have like a storage room. We do have a trailer, and we've put some things in the trailer, but they're just things that, boxes and some shelves, things that are empty, display stuff. But the fabric, all of that is now in boxes, and it kind of takes up the aisles. Yeah. And so it's just not conducive to shopping, and we know where everything is because we're still doing all of the online orders, we're still doing box openings, we're still doing all of that. So what we have suggested for local people is just say that you'll pick it up, and we'll do curbside delivery for you, and it would be way, way easier. But in the meantime, we still are, since we're moving everything anyway, we are going through the gutters. We're cleaning out all of those back storage rooms and those old kind of forgotten things. And so what we're going to do is we are going to add are we starting that this week? We should start it this week.
Maybe this week, yeah.
I think we're going to start it this week. We're going to do something that we're going to call Throwback Thursdays. And what it'll be is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we still have some of these. I thought we were sold out of that. Or, now that we got this sample done of this fabric, let's go ahead and show you, because maybe you never saw the finished quilt when it came in. And so we're going to do Throwback Thursdays. We're going to do some clearance stuff. We'll show you some special things. But the really, really good thing is that every once in a while, we're just going to go live. We're just going to say, hey, we are here at the closet. And we are going to clean this out. And so there's, we'll do like a panel palooza thing. We'll do remnant stuff. We'll do stuff like that. So, so when you see Fabric Patch is live, that's what it will be. It will be a very quick, hey, we're going to clean this out. And then also what we probably will end up doing is, after a fairly short period of time, we'll probably even take that off of our YouTube feed, because there's nothing worse than going, oh, I wish I would have seen this, this morning at 9 a.m. or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, so just an FYI, those of you guys that are kind of home and hanging out, or, you can pause for a moment and go in the bathroom and see what's going on. Watch. So we'll do that. So our goal is 1 month, is to have everything done, all of the new carpet, the painting, everything moved, everything done in a month. So we'll see if we can get that done. And then lastly, the last thing, how can we attach 2 videos? We just have to tell them about this video.
No, I could probably, I'll have to share that one, because YouTube won't like that one. I can link it though.
Okay, we'll link it. So, so Tracy is fun for all of the kids' birthdays and different things. She always finds some really cool book. And she had one that she got for Harper that was called Maybe, and I don't have that one in front of me, but it was called Maybe. And it's just really good. It's one of those books that's appropriate for ages 0 to 99. It's just really nice about, maybe I'll be, and maybe I'll do this. And just a really great book with great artwork, and just really special. And then her newest book, and she got this was Maisie's present, right? So this was for Maisie's birthday. And this one is Just Because. And we are just in love with this. So this book was written by Matthew McConaughey, and it is just absolutely hilarious. And there's a video now where Matthew and
Jimmy Fallon
sings it. It's the funniest thing ever.
So I'll link that video in the description for you guys.
It is really, really, really good. So it's just fun. So we keep singing little bits of it to each other. And what's kind of funny is that not all of what they sing in the song, they didn't sing the whole book. Yeah. There's more of it. So Tracy and I were thinking this should be our next Fabric Patch production. You guys like the 12 Days of Christmas so well. We should sing this. So it's funny. So, it's just really cute. So some of the things that's like, just because a hand is clenched doesn't mean it is a fist. Just because I'd rather not doesn't mean I don't take risks. Just because I'm in the race doesn't mean I'm fully ready. Just because you're shaking doesn't mean that you're not steady. Just because you follow doesn't mean you're not a leader, and just because I keep winning doesn't mean that I'm a cheater. But it's just really, it's just a really cute book. So anyway, we like to share kind of those fun Nana tales, things that Nanas are looking for. So, and then the last little thing, just a little tidbit, just a reminder that this is January. January is Harper's birthday month. I'm thinking, am I right, the 29th?
Oh, I don't remember.
So Harper is our little girl. Harper Struntz is Donna Struntz's granddaughter. Donna, you guys probably know her. She's a fellow YouTuber that is a friend of ours, and she did Quiltmas, Quiltmas with us. And we've known her for a while, though. And anyway, she ended up with Harper got a virus in October, and she has been in the hospital since October 14th awaiting a heart transplant. It just injured her organs, and she will not be leaving until she gets the heart transplant. She spent Christmas there, and her birthday is the end of the month. So we did a pre-Christmas video, just requesting that people send Christmas cards to her. I know that went well. I don't know numbers, but I'll get a little update for you guys. But she was getting lots of cards, which is really nice. And then the other thing that's happened is we wanted to do a fun fun little birthday thing. So we'll talk about that more later, but hopefully you guys are still sending little cards. We'll maybe put that in the description if you haven't seen that. We did ask her to put together an Amazon wish list, which is kind of a funny thing. And sometimes people feel funny about that. I mean, she did. It's like, oh, I don't want to ask her. It's like, no. We want to, send you a birthday present. Why don't you just tell us what you want? It would be super easy. And what's really nice about an Amazon wish list is that if she picks a book, and that's what the fun thing, she has games and books and different things like that that's on there. Once somebody buys that book, it drops off, so she doesn't get two of the same thing.
Good.
Once she buys,
kind of like a
those pajamas. Yeah. So it works really well. It's really nice. And so she has a bunch of fun things on there, and she keeps adding more, which is kind of fun. And there was something, I checked it the other day, and there was something, it's weird things that you can find on Amazon, but it was like, whatever it was something kind of spendy and kind of funny. But anyway, it's kind of fun. I mean, you're sitting in a hospital bed. And so a lot of what's on there, books, pajamas, games.
Sure.
I'm thinking that the people that hang out with her play games, and I don't know if she can play games with the other kids in the pediatric ward or not, because I know that she's immunosuppressed. So my guess is maybe not. I mean, unless there's, they wear masks or there's something else that they're doing. But
I'm sure they have just like in the NICU, they have the, what do they call them? The angels or whatever that come in and hold the babies and do all of that. I'm sure there's the same kind of volunteers that have to go through certain things who can go in and play games, I mean, it could be just, someone in the hospital staff, but I'm sure there's probably that too. I mean, it's hard with immunosuppressed that you may not know you're contagious until 3 or 4 days later, but I don't know.
We'll get an update for you. Because we're going to, probably not this next one, but the one after, we'll have a really good update for you and do a little blast so that we can make her birthday special.
I'll put a mailing address for Harper if you want to send something, send a letter, do whatever. A card. I'll put that, and I'll also put her wish list link in the
her Amazon link. And that's kind of fun. If you've not done that before, you just go into Amazon, and when you click on that, what should load when you check out is that address should load. If it doesn't, then if you scroll down, so if it looks like it's shipping to you because you order from Amazon quite a bit, you can scroll down, and if you've clicked on that link, that will be an option to send it to her. But keep in mind that your very next Amazon, everything in your cart will go. And also your very next thing that you order from Amazon, double check to make sure that it goes back to your address, or, your dryer sheets will go to She'll Wonder Walk, or whatever it is that you order from Amazon. But anyway, so we just wanted to mention that this is her birthday month, so be thinking about that. You can pop a birthday card in the mail or whatever, or we'll remind you in a couple of weeks. And we'll get a little update on Harper, but we just want to, poor little 8-year-old turning 9 that is hanging out in the hospital for a couple months. So we just keep her in your thoughts and your prayers. The prayer chain is a big thing, and it really, really works. So just add her to your prayer chains. Make sure your church knows, and we'll just pray for Harper Struntz. So all right, I think that's it. Did you have anything else? I think we've updated.
I think it's everything.
We've hit all of the important things. Squirrel.
Diapers.
Updates. All right, tonight we'll have box opening tonight, and I have a couple other questions to answer, and we'll see you tonight.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at FabricPatch.net.
Beaver.
Beaver would be 950.
What are you doing? Hey.